Effects of age on the endocrine system. The endocrine system aids in regulating normal body functions such as hormones. The endocrine system uses hormones to influence growth, development, and metabolic activities. With age, certain hormones decrease in males and females, which means that the endocrine system will not work as efficiently to regulate hormones through the body. Hormones play a large role in keeping the body functioning healthily. So when the endocrine system is not working efficiently, it is typical to see a difference in heart rate and how bones and tissues grow and replenish. At a young age, hormones stay at a regulated level with only small peaks at certain times. However, as you age, hormones can dramatically change, and these changes can lead to alterations in how the body works. In women, estrogen levels decrease as hormone receptors become less sensitive. This leads to the menopause. The menopause happens when you age and is an imbalance of estrogen levels. As the levels of estrogen decrease, it's common to see older women suffering from a condition called osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a condition linked to the weakening of bones in the body due to low levels of osteoblasts. During the menopause, low estrogen levels speed up the pace of the decay of the bone. This is because estrogen helps to regulate the production of the bone cells called osteoblasts, which are responsible for building new bone. However, with low amounts of estrogen, no new osteoblasts can create new bone, therefore bone wears away, leaving it weak and breakable. This is a disadvantage for older people because it increases the risk of breaking a bone and when doing a simple task in everyday environments. This also impacts people who still play sports recreationally because they have weaker bones, so their muscular system is not well supported. To help with this, the older generation should focus on doing low-impact activities regularly during the week, as this helps keep bones strong, but also helps to regulate hormone levels, which could help slow the chances of you developing osteoporosis. Furthermore, during aging of the endocrine system, there will be a decrease in testosterone levels. Both men and women carry testosterone in their body, however men carry a remarkably high percentage of it compared to the tiny amount that women have. According to Murrell on 7th November 2018, testosterone has the ability to regulate the production of muscle mass. This suggests why men typically carry more muscle than women and also why they have the ability to build muscle faster. They are able to do this because they typically have at least 300 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone in their bodies compared to women who typically have 8 to 60 nanograms per deciliter according to Mayo Clinic laboratories. Furthermore, Murrell claims that as men age, it is common to see a decrease of testosterone by around 1% per year after the age of 30, whereas a decrease in women occurs during the menopause. The decrease of testosterone affects sporting performance and general activities because it decreases the mass of your muscle over time. This decrease of muscle is a disadvantage as it leads to instability, making limbs weaker when they produce movement. Furthermore, having less muscle means the amount of fibres also decrease. This means that an older person's reaction time will be slower as they don't have as many fast-twitch muscle fibres, so they won't be able to react as quickly to something if it happens, for example if a cup falls off the side. Furthermore, they also won't be able to do exercise for long periods of time because they will tire a lot faster due to the loss of slow-twitch muscle fibres, which are what gives long muscle contractions over lengthy periods of time. The last part of the endocrine system which is affected the most is the human growth hormone. The human growth hormone is produced by the pituitary glands and creates growth in children and young adults. It also works to regulate muscle, cartilage and bone growth. Over time, the levels of growth hormone in our bodies decrease, which can cause effects and changes on the body. One of these changes is linked to the hormone decrease because it's typical for older people to get shorter as they age. As the hormone regulates growth of bone, height may decrease when there is less produced because bones aren't replenishing. This means that when bone gets worn away, it is not replaced, therefore bones become smaller and a range of movement is affected. Another factor that is changed by the hormone decreasing is muscle mass. As you age, the amount of muscle you have deteriorates away due to lack of exercising, which is what increases muscle size and strength. So as the amount of our growth hormone decreases, it makes it even harder to generate stronger muscles. Therefore, the muscular system weakens and you can't perform simple tasks such as walking for as long. Although you cannot change the decrease of the growth hormone, it is possible to slow the weakening of your muscles as you age by doing simple exercises that are low impact but still strengthening. For example, this could be simple exercises like calf raises and lunges. However, it can also be activities such as walking or cycling, which all use different muscles and allow you to move.